Hello everyone, welcome to my walk around video for this 1983 Porsche 944 with 15,000 actual miles. We believe actual miles based on a few factors. This car does have actual miles in the title. It's not an exempt car or zeroed out mileage. It does have a Carfax history that tracks the mileage events, as well as New Jersey registration cards that track the mileage. Also service records from the previous owner who've had this car since the early 2000s that tracks the mileage. We got it with a correct working odometer, and it had put probably about 50 to 100 miles on this car so far. I know it's a popular topic in the 944 world that these low mileage cars are due to broken odometers, but we really believe, even the condition, that this is a real mileage car. The paint shines nice and deep and glossy. Also, another topic of discussion is that these 83 cars do have an orange peely paint look to them. We've corrected a lot of that, and that is correct for the 83 cars. They painted them in a different facility or a different procedure. And you will see some of that orange peel. But we paint metered this car. It has all original paint, except for what we had painted that we felt necessary. And that is the lower front valence. Had scrape marks on the bottom that kind of wrapped up a little bit. They were very light. There was no cracks. There's no filler in this. We had it removed, all the lenses taken out, and professionally painted. It matches perfectly. You wouldn't be able to tell if I didn't tell you. So there's no filler in there either. They just brought down the plastic surface. But very common on these cars, no matter what the mileage is, they do not clear parking lot curbs, and many people seem to think they do. We repainted the hood. There was 2 large scratches in the center of the hood. They just would not come out, and it just didn't look right with the rest of this car, how nice it is. It just didn't match well. So we painted the hood, had it done right. It matches perfect. There's no shade differences. Again, you wouldn't be able to tell it's painted unless I mention it to you. We added these 15-inch Fuchs wheels. These are factory Porsche wheels, 15 by 8, 15 by 7. They're amazing condition, centers, no curbing. This is not quite a Concours one car. Due to some of the touch-up scratches, I'm going to walk you through on those. First off, the rear bumper has a touch-up line right there. We flattened all the touch-up and blended them in as best as possible so they're not blobby or very noticeable. There's 3 touch-ups right here on the lip of this fender. That's very hard to see. There is a touch-up right here on the front fender. There is some touch-up on the side mirror here. And the glass does have 2 or 3 scratches in it. We've got a few real small ones right here and a scratch right here. Original plate bracket's got its anodized coating on it. All the lenses, rubber, are all in excellent condition. We ceramic coated all the rubber as well. Very common area on the 944s is right in here. They will rip or dry rot. Now the special part about this car is this pinstripe interior. This is called BH option code. It is on the factory option sticker. I'm going to open this other door. It's pretty rare in itself. That's going to give you striped seat centers, front and rear. The rears are like brand new. But what's really rare that you'll never really see are these pinstripe door panels. This is factory. You only get those if you order cloth door panels with the BH pinstripe code. Typically the cloth door panels match the cloth of the interior, but when you get the pinstripe code option, you also get that for your door panels, which is very, very rare. I've been around a lot of these cars. This is probably the 12th one I've personally owned or resold, and I've never seen these door panels. The stripes in the center of the seats are rare as it is, but that's a very, very rare option. And the door panels are very brittle typically on these cloth cars, but these are in excellent condition. There's nowhere where your foot will normally drag and hit. The pockets are all good, and a lot of times they break right here from hitting them. Even the pull area is nice. The carpets do not have any wear from heel marks. Rubber on the pedals, good. Shift boot leather, excellent condition, no palm wear. The shifter carpet is in great shape. A lot of times this will turn brown from the sun. Leather on the steering wheel, excellent condition, no cracks in the leather. Lenses are very clean on the dash gauges. Commonly on these cars, people clean them and use a chemical that either ruins the surface or puts hairline scratches in them. These are crystal clear. Same with the oil pressure and the clock, which works correctly. It's keeping time. I've checked it a few times. We did upgrade the radio to a Blaupunkt aux port USB radio, as this car already had a 1990s silver Sony head unit that didn't really match the motif and didn't have aux port. I do like the original radio idea, but they're near enough impossible to find. So we put a Blaupunkt in there, which would have came originally, but of course Blaupunkt's no longer made in Germany. Next, dash cover. We added a dash cover, as this does have a few cracks in the dash. It's not terrible, unsightly. We did put 3 close-up pictures in the auction, but we decided to add the cover as the rest of the interior is near perfect condition. We custom cut it so it kind of sits in there tight, and put a few 3M double-sided squares so that it's not glued on there if the next owner wants to take it off and just run the original dash. The previous owner I bought this car from, he used it as a beach vehicle, and it stayed in his garage the whole time when it was at his home, away from the shore during the off season. But he did say it sat outside at the beach, which was a short time period of the year. And if you're familiar with 944s, again, these early dashboards, they crack very, very easily, even with low mileage. If they see any kind of prolonged sun, there's very few of these cars for sale with original non-cracked dashes, unless they're low enough miles where they just stay inside all the time. Headliner's excellent condition, as well as the sunroof. The leather strap pull is great shape. I'm not sure how much this roof's ever been out of this car. For an 83 car, this is a manual roof. There is no power motors, there's no power tilt, which I think is kind of cool. You don't have to worry about that braking, and you can just take the whole roof out with taking these latches down and throw it in the back. I'll go onto the hatch area. Does have new hatch struts, as you can see. They work excellent. Carpet is in great shape. You got the original sunroof back here, which is in excellent condition. The rear pull for the cargo cover works great. Both the clips are on it. The back carpet in general is really nice. It's not faded, it's not cracked or ripped. I have pictures of the underside of this in the auction. The gasket is nice all the way around. There's no cracks in the hatch gasket. As well as the hatch itself is in really nice condition. We, again, spray ceramic coated the bottom of the hatch, lubricated these pins, spray ceramic coated the hatch gasket. onto the engine bay. This is an original windshield. Has the C-Kirk glass. There's no chips, no cracks. We just replaced the wipers with Bosch Micro Edge. Engine bay is all original and tidy. It's not overly detailed. We didn't spray tire dressing all over it. We did, again, spray ceramic coat all the painted surfaces all the way down into the frame area, and especially in this cowl area all the way across to the battery tray, we sprayed that with a ceramic coat. These early cars don't have a plastic cowl shield like the later cars, so they get a lot of dust and debris and water down in there if you do drive it in the rain. See, we just did the brake fluid, the Super Gold ATE. We replaced the air filter with a factory German unit. The original air filter was in here. I took pictures of it. It's in the auction. It comes with the car. It was actually in really good shape. But I figured, hey, that's a cool thing somebody may want. Has a fresh oil change. We use a non-synthetic Castrol with a factory German filter. Engine bay's dry. Has a new timing belt, new balance shaft belt. You can get in and drive this car home wherever you need to go. And it doesn't have any mechanical needs. It drives very, very tight down the road. Hood padding is in real good shape. Anodized coating still on the hood latch, so that's all lubricated. Not gonna close that all the way until I get my rag out. Now the sun's come in a little bit, we can get you down a side shot here. But overall, this is a really special car. It's pretty rare, this color combination. This is a limited slip car, which is kind of rare for 83s. These are more, a lot of these cars were base cars, so you get wheel locks, you get the factory alarm, limited slip, cool necessary options. This car is probably one of the lightest of all the 944s. No cruise control, no power steering, no power sunroof. It's still an easy car to steer with manual steering. The rack is pretty quick ratio, but you don't have to worry about all those hydraulics being replaced, and that's also additional drag on the crankshaft. It's a non-wiper car, so it has a lot of, non-essential items in my opinion that makes it a real true sports car, and a very, very rare interior option. This is going to make a great car for somebody, and this is going to be a car that will appreciate and value for sure. Anyhow, thanks for watching my video, and good luck.